Tonight, my guest. Oh wait, I got to do the timestamp. I got to look. I got to look at you guys creepy. I got to look creepy into the camera to create a timestamp so I know where to edit this. So I'm not hitting on you, unless you think I'm hitting on you. Tonight, on a very special second edition this week of Public Access Live, my guest is none other than accomplished musician and comedian right out of the gate, and a force to be reckoned with. My guest, Oscar Manuel, and that interview begins in 3, 2, and 1. I know the mic's hot. Ooh, ASMR. I don't know, man. There's a chick on Twitch that gets like, all she does is pretty much tickle the end of a microphone. It's like 3,000 subs. Give that woman my money. She's amazing. I'd mention her by name, but I get banned for that.
That's quality content.
Welcome to Public Access Live. I'm Agent Dubsky. Hi, everybody. Your window into my window. Oh, is that to keep the animals out? All right, well, or keep the animals in. My guest tonight is none other than Oscar Manuel. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
This is one of those rare interviews, like when we had Sandra Slade on the show or Sean Singleton for the first time. I've literally talked to him for 4 minutes before this program ever. So. You're going to get to know him. I'm going to get to know him. This is how the conversation works. It's, can I conduct a conversation with a complete stranger for an hour? Welcome to that show. Oscar, what's your love? Where do you like to? Are you more musician than comedian? You're kind of a hybrid guy. You're like Nick.
So I started music when I was 15.
Yeah.
And I actually only recently started getting into comedy about 6-7 months ago.
What got that going? You smart ass? Oh, your face is like, hey, Oscar, you should be a comedian. And you're like, okay.
No, I actually went through a breakup.
Oh.
And in the middle,
comedy.
And in the middle, at 12:30 in the morning, I caught myself re-downloading Tinder, looking through the photos, and writing my bio, and I'm like, this is a joke. Like, why is this like literally just like it's been a week, like what's going on? And I ended up taking that, creating a bit, went to the first shop, and just kind of kept going from there. And now it's an outlet to get to have fun, be on stage, and get to know more people.
Before the breakup, you hadn't. I'd like to try that. Nothing?
No.
Really?
Never.
That's an amazing. Everybody. That comes in here is like has a theater background or I knew when I was an embryo I wanted a microphone in my hand just to drop it. It's like, okay. But you just kind of fell into it, literally.
Yeah, I mean, I love being on stage.
Does it supersede your music at all? Do you find yourself wanting to be that guy more than that guy?
I like the fact that comedy is you solo on stage.
Absolutely.
But I also love being a part of a team.
I get that, but the thing that got me out of music was too many guys in the band that didn't want to be there for Tuesday practice and rehearsal, but all wanted to be on the gig Friday night.
Right.
You
got to
find when you do comedy, you're your own director, your own producer, your own writer, you're your own on-screen talent.
Right.
You don't have to depend on some guy holding you back because he didn't feel like it that night.
Right, and that was one of the issues.
Let me ask you this though: you play an instrument, right?
Yeah,
guitar.
Do
you feel naked with it not in front of you when you're on stage? Because that was a thing. I was like, I need something here. I gotta have something here.
I find that I was like keeping the mic stand in front of me for a long time.
Oh yeah, you gotta have something between you and the audience, just in case you guys get out of hand. I want a weapon.
I was like, open up this pit. I'm ready. Let's go.
What kind of music were you into? I mean, what was the thing you listened to? Is like, I want to be that guy.
Bach.
Fair. Why, you know somebody better than Bach?
Right.
No.
Changed my mind. It started off with kind of emo So My Chemical Romance, The Used, AFI, bands like that.
Okay. Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, Fall Out Boy.
What about Sparta? Mars Volta. Did you get off on a little more experimental side?
I never really got into that side of of music.
Sparta's so good.
Because I never had people show me.
Oh, dude. That sounds bad, but I'll make you a mixtape. No, I won't. No, I won't. Sure won't. Almost promised something I don't want to ever do.
But it was very emo influence. And
Pedro the Lion?
What was that?
Pedro the Lion?
Mm-mm.
No?
Like, yeah, it was post 2006 emo.
All right. No. There's a lot of good group in there.
And that's what transitioned everything. Then went to hardcore. Then went to pop punk. So 4 Year Strong is my favorite band. I think they're absolutely amazing. And then from pop punk to pop rock, and then more acoustic singer-songwriter style. Now in a pop punk group, and working towards working in an emo band and touring with some buddies.
Do you find it easy to write comedy about emos? That's straight off the question line right there. Good question.
I just write about myself often.
Have you written a joke yet that you told the guys in the band, hey, don't come to the mic tonight because there might be a joke about you?
No, they ain't coming anyways.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, if you ever get into comedy, you're going to have this vast group of people that surround you. It's like, oh, tell me when your first show is. I want to come. And yeah, those people never show up.
And you always get I'll make it to the next one.
Yeah. Hey, tell me, I'll come to your first big show. Like, there was 115 people there. But is that big? Yeah. That's kind of a big deal. You should have been there. If you were going to support me, that probably would have been the time to do it.
I've been very fortunate, though. I've had a lot of really awesome people continue supporting this and throughout the years with music. And they've been receiving the comedy pretty well. I wouldn't keep doing it if it wasn't for people enjoying it and letting me know at least.
Uncle Gary with the "Show Him Miranda the Ghost Just Isn't Holy Anymore" by Volta. Yes, I have plenty of Mars Volta for the bullet. Don't worry, Gary. We'll get him sorted real quick. Let's see. Is there a joke that fucks up your friends? Would you tell it? Is there like one that just breaks up the room every time? Like your buddies love this one. Do you write?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you have like set jokes that you do, or is it mostly just whatever's going on in your life and you just put a funny spin on it?
Most of them are life experiences, and then some of them kind of just naturally work, and other ones I kind of had to mess around with a little bit.
Have you ever thought about combining the two? You take guitar on stage and maybe pull a Bedgood or a. I
want to. But I just don't know how to incorporate those two together yet.
Yeah. Because
I feel like that's something completely different from writing music and from writing comedy. Like
it's kind of a folk craft is what it is. Like the Norse used to write songs about heroes. Norse legend. That's how legends were made. They would incorporate it into a song. So it's kind of a folk tradition that you're just making funny. I guess it'd be more storytelling. I haven't seen a guy do work with a guitar prop that did introspective comedy. It was mostly observational. Mm-hmm. Whatever's going on around him. He didn't talk a lot about himself. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to try. I thought about it one time. I was going to bring my guitar on stage. I was going to tune it, set it aside, and do my set. And then right after I got done with my set, I was going to pick the guitar up and walk off stage and never play it for anyone and just prop it like that. And just make him go, why did he bring that?
Yeah. No, I've actually thought about that. I just don't know how to go about doing it quite yet.
And the other dichotomy is when you're in a band, it's important to look cool on stage. And when you're doing comedy, that's a death sentence.
Very hard to.
Yeah, it's really hard because there's a science to bombing. There was a guy who came over to Bedgood's house one night, and he was a psych professor from TU. And he basically, when we told him what it was like to bomb and the feelings we were going through, and he was like, okay, I can break it down for you like this. You are on stage, and you have 60 to 90 seconds at the most to endear the audience to you if they don't know you already and love you. And you have that amount of time for them to feel like you're part of the same tribe as them. Right. You're all part of the same group. And what you don't know is there's a line in the sand that you don't see. And when you cross that line, they know you're not part of their tribe anymore. That's when you bomb. That's the science of bombing, is breaking away and letting them think. Because you don't know where their line in the sand is. You don't know
Right.
where they're offended. It's an invisible line, but once you cross it, you have to let that person go and pick up on someone else in the audience to entertain, because you've lost that person, and wasting time to try to get them back will alienate all
Everybody
the
else.
yes. So there's like a science to bombing, and once you realize that, you're like, okay, so I just get up there and do my thing, and it takes pressure off, believe it or not, because it's really easy to be an everyman. It's really hard to be somebody who, because I did that. My first stand-up, I wore a suit, tried to play the smartest guy in the room, which is nobody thinks is funny. Honestly, the jokes I wrote, I couldn't have wrote a joke good enough for that guy to get a laugh. That's how bad a character I played on stage.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I won't make that mistake.
Yeah, I just want
Gary says you've got 30 seconds to endear yourself. You don't even have a minute.
Yeah, no, I think within
That's probably right. Yeah, Gary.
15 to 30 seconds. That's why I've been working a lot on my openings. And then I'm working more now on how I'm going to be closing things, so that how people see you in the beginning and what they see you at the end is kind of more likely what they're going to remember.
Do you like transforming yourself on stage? Do you like presenting yourself in a way that people go, oh, I think I've got this guy figured out, and then by the end of it, they're like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I dress different all the time, and my hairstyle changes. Like, I can put it up, I can put it in a hat, I can have this emo thing. So there are times where I do portray certain things. And towards the end of the set, it's like, oh, they had no idea, like, that I was born in Compton and that I was raised on the streets, and because I'm looking like this, dripping in gangster,
Are you really from LA?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My dad's people up north of there. They're all like Ventura County.
Okay. Yeah.
Ventura, Santa Paula, Oxnard, Ojai area.
Yeah, that all sounds nice.
Yeah. No, it's all orchards and ocean.
Yeah.
And I learned how to surf in Ventura Beach.
Dude,
that was my spot.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we had to avoid Seal Beach because it was so disgusting. Like, the only beach worth going there was the State Beach, and that's because you had to pay to get in, and they were cleaning it. The state was forced to clean it.
Did you've been an LA guy? Slip off to Catalina for a day?
We've never gone.
You never went to Catalina?
We've never gone.
Man.
I mean, I'm talking about born in Linwood, raised in Compton. Mom had me when she was 15, brother 16. We didn't have nothing. We get to look at the beach and be like, we're here for 4 hours, enjoy it, and we're getting back on the bus to go home.
7 seconds first impression, 20 minutes to make him really hate you. Okay, so you give him 7 seconds to like you, and then 20 minutes to really despise you. White guy in Compton, ever been shot at? Guyver. Okay, he lives in Lincolnshire, England. So the only thing he knows of Compton's what he's seen on television.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have little bits, like, I have a Hope Valley bit here about 61st and Peoria. And so it reminds me of home, it really does. And I thought it was the funniest thing for them to name it Hope Valley.
Yeah.
Like,
We're optimists. We're totally optimists here.
Yeah, like, I hope I don't get stabbed today. It's like,
Uncle Gary goes, haha, yeah, white guy Oscar.
Yeah. Oscar Manuel Herrera Lopez, for those of you who didn't know.
What kind of, where would you like to be in a year? Would you like to be more known as Oscar, part of this band, or would you like to be? We've got Oscar Manuel featuring tonight at Looney Bin.
Both.
You're gonna be
I want
a 2-position athlete.
both of them. Yeah.
Right.
So I've now figured out that you can't do everything. And I've taken 27 years to get to that point.
Okay.
You can't do everything. So I decided music and comedy is what I'm gonna put all of my time into now outside of working. And the music is coming to fruition now with touring with this band. And Cliff Diver is amazing. The EP release show is on the 16th. I play with this other Addicts band. But in a year, I want to have already gone through 1 or 2 tours for music, and then growing my comedy base here in Tulsa so that I can start traveling with the band and then just opening up for the bands that I'm traveling with, because I'm already there.
Yeah. Do you see people as Nick Burkett as, like, who's also as kind of, it can be done. I can do this.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I've been booking. He played our first show with Addicts, and we're gonna play another show again on the 18th with them. So I'm glad that I got to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to find out that he was another musician here in town. because it's exciting to see that there's other people that have something that they want to accomplish something similar.
Tio Oscar. You an uncle? Uncle Gary called you Tio Oscar.
Yeah, because he's Uncle Gary.
Oh, right. So, what age are you planning the sex tape, and which pop star?
Ooh. All right, so I want it to be raunchy, so I'm gonna be like 55. Oh, God. And
it's gonna be known as the Silverback. The Silverback sex tape.
And what was it?
Which pop star is going to be in it with you?
Which pop star? Ooh, let's see. Let's do Ariana Grande.
Okay.
That's what we'll do.
I would have went for an entire K-pop band.
Oh, yeah.
The whole band. Bring all 7 of them. I'm 55.
Yeah.
JT. Uncle Gary said your pop star in your video is going to be
Oh, my God. That would have been even better.
Timberlake.
He already knows what to put in the box. You know?
We have a maturity warning on this channel. You're good. I've had Tom King on this show. You can't say anything that'll get me kicked off this channel. What do you like where you are in the band? Do you like playing guitar? Would you like to switch it up? Would you like to bass players are so in demand. If you play bass, you pretty much pick the bands you want to be in. If you're a guitarist, you go, you know? Like, you ever thought about, like, multi-instrumental? I mean, you're already multi-talented.
I do play a couple, like, I've done drums, and I've thought about it, but really, guitar is where it just feels natural.
Yeah.
And singing, maybe, doing a little bit more of that, but I've never really wanted to be like, oh man, I really want to play bass, or I would love to play drums. And I'm like, I just want to be on stage. I'll play bass and drums if that's the only way I can be on stage. But
does the comedy and music, because you're so busy at it? I mean, when you first got here, like when I added him on Facebook, it was like every night there was like something new. He's like, I'm gonna be here. Oh, guys, catch me over here. Oh, don't forget I'm playing here. And I'm like, wow, this guy's super busy. I'm glad he had time to do our show. But have you ever? Do you have time for other things, or is everything in the entertainment? Do you have time to nerd out on stuff? Go home, video games, board games?
Yeah, totally. I'm a big nerd at heart, so video gaming, League of Legends, I've lost 7 years of my life to that game.
League?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Hearthstone.
See, I was a Magic player, so Hearthstone to me was like, that's a knockoff.
I
played the original.
But it's free, and I don't have to recycle through resets,
That's true. Got me there. It's a good game, though. The mechanics are similar.
But mostly, outside of gaming, I've actually started cutting back on the gaming just so that I could start focusing more on
Did you set time aside just to write?
Yeah, 2 hours before the show.
Do you just do you make little notes about ideas for things that you want to say on stage, or do you actually write it out fully and then crop it and rewrite it and move prepositional phrases around to create center? Do you agonize over your jokes?
I do. I
am so sick of you freelancers coming on my show. It's like, nah, I just think it up and I get on stage and people laugh. I hate you people. I hate you. All of you.
And before I even do it, I've actually practiced it like 10, 15 times to myself in the mirror just to see how my body moves and how I'm talking, and to memorize it too. So I'm just like,
I haven't went that step. That sounds great.
Oh, it's seeing how your body like reacts to certain things. I never noticed that, like, oh, why is my hand always touching?
I crutch the mic stand. I use the mic stand as a crutch. Like, mic in one hand, mic stand in the other. That's how I stand up there. I don't move around a lot. But then again, I'm not comfortable doing it. If I'd spend a little mirror time. If you guys spend a little mirror time, get comfortable in your own skin, right?
Yeah. That's why I just do it naked.
You're supposed to imagine the room naked.
Oh, that's how that one.
Hey, Oscar showed up to the fur shop in nothing but a diaper, and that wasn't on for long once he got on the mic. It's like, no, you did that wrong. Flip it next time. Strip everyone else down.
Hey, I mean, Oklahoma just passed,
I I've been
for-
hearing about
for
this for 2
topless.
nights. Like everybody, this must have been just happened. 'cause
Yeah, I
everybody's
think
got a
it's-
hot take.
Yeah. So.
How do
brought
you
something.
got comedy friends now. You're not just a musician. How you feel about when something happens in the news and you got 50 friends on Facebook to do comedy? You got
Say
50
this.
hot takes all
Yeah.
at once, and 45 of them are the same.
Yeah, it's
Like-
like you already saw it. Like you already saw it coming.
Yeah.
but there are a few. I think it's great.
Yeah, there are some that work through it, and they're like, I'm not going to take the low-hanging fruit. I'm going to pick an
Exactly.
angle over here that nobody's used yet.
Yeah.
That's the thing about having that many comedy friends, is seeing how many of them, it's like, well, I can't use their jokes. They've already used it. It's like, I wouldn't use that one anyway.
Yeah, or I was like, I thought about that 2 days ago. I just never typed it out. Like,
Right. Meme comic.
Exactly.
Even though you wrote the meme. Let's see. I was a young god in Hearthstone. I know you were, Crispo. Crispo comes from, you did League of Legends, Hearthstone, and I think, see, there's a couple of guys. Crispo's from Scandinavia, and then another friend of ours, Dr. Cammers, is a med student in England. And we were all playing Soldiers of Fortune 2, like one of the first PC shooter games.
Yeah.
You know, before Call of Duty. Like, we go back to that. These guys are like, oh, tell us more about video games, yeah!
Oh yeah, I mean, it started with Unreal.
I was a young god at
And
Hearthstone
Halo.
like 50 expansions ago.
Oh yeah.
That was a nice thing about Magic. You just, like, oh, you can't use that card anymore because there's a new set out.
Yeah.
That, it has a different name, but the exact same mechanic and plays the exact same way. Let's see. Okay, let's get this out of the way. The Shades. Why?
Because I am so high right now, and I didn't want.
Do you measure?
Do I measure?
Yeah. Do you like before a show? You're like, I'm too high to perform, or I haven't got high enough. Is there a sweet spot?
There is.
Yeah?
It's an hour before the show.
When I'm high and there's no pressure.
Yeah, and no, I actually was just testing them out. I was just like, you know what? Let's pull out these shades. Is it because you want to see these beautiful brown eyes? Is that what it is? I'll take them off for you guys. I'll give what the people want.
People
you
in
know?
Scandinavia are asking for it.
Yeah.
Let's see. My hot takes are about chest porn. Thank you, Gary. I was actually on the Sea. Oh yeah, that's right, Chris. But he was old school. So mostly hack and slash, or do you like shooters? You like
I like shooters.
realm building?
Realm building?
Yeah, like where you build a world.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Not into that. I like shooters. I like hack and slash and MOBAs. So any kind of, like, honestly, I love Connect 4. Any strategy game you got, chess, things like that.
Nice.
Always down for. But if it's got a competitive aspect to it, that's what I enjoy more about it. So if you can be competitive and work as a team, that's like a perfect game for me. Sports, I love sports because of that reason.
What were you good at?
In sports?
Yeah.
Nothing. People assumed that I was good at soccer, which was fun for a little bit. And
Why?
When I first got here, you know, I had short hair. My name is Oscar Manuel, and I'm for real, dude. I got put in ESL classes.
That's like saying all tall guys are good at basketball. I mean, it's like, no, they're not. Some of them are really clumsy and dopey.
When I first got here, I got put in ESL classes, although I was an AP student since I was like 5th grade.
Really?
Yes, yeah. So like Oklahoma, 10 years. I mean, we're talking about
I get it, but
10,
still,
13 years
I mean,
ago.
your transcript should have been like, he's an honor student. Why are we putting him in basic? And
I wonder why. I wonder if it's because he's
Oh,
got a really
wow.
long, interesting name.
I've never heard that side of it.
Oh yeah, and that's one thing. Actually, I don't think a lot of people do understand that here in Oklahoma. It's not as bad in Oklahoma, but it is something that you experience if you're brown, and it's. I was a teenager and as a kid, but I experienced that more here than I did when I was in California.
Right. Well, my dad growing up, like he was like, you know, I didn't see a black person until I got to Oklahoma. He's like, I was raised around Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like, that was the population where I lived. Like, we lived on an orchard. We lived on Lymanera Ranch. It was a lime and lemon orchard. And that was all my neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, the farmer that owned the place was German. Everybody that worked there was Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
My family was there, and, you know, that's where we lived. It was actually a DP camp. He was at... we're getting rated. Thank you, Mr. Eze. Welcome, everyone, from Mr. Eze's stream. It's Public Access Live Time. I'm Agent Dusky. This is my guest, Oscar Manuel. Thank you guys for coming over from Mr. Eze's channel. Yeah, but he was like, we didn't have, you know, it was during World War II, the place where they lived was where they moved all the Japanese and German Americans. They moved them into
like
camps.
the concentration camps, essentially?
Well, yeah, it was a camp to keep them because they didn't know who was spies and who didn't.
Right.
So they rounded them up in mass and
remember.
put them into these DP camps. They were displaced persons camps. And after the war, that was like low-income housing where my dad and his family grew up on this orchard. And yeah, he was like, yeah, I didn't see black people until I got to Oklahoma. I was like, how could you not? He's like, they just weren't there.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Geographically speaking.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just
you know, I thought everybody lived everywhere. You know,
Right,
as
yeah.
a little kid, I'm like,
never really noticed the differences.
no. Because on the school bus, I mean, we had every color.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like, nah. Crispo, did you just give 5 more subs? Put the bottle down. Hey, after you get done, Crispo, tell me what you're drinking.
Right.
Eze, thank you so much for coming over. Uncle Gary, take off your shorts. Wait, what? Okay, let's get this out of the way. The shorts. Take off. Uncle Gary.
He wants to see a little bit more leg action. Is that what he wants?
Gary is proving he's not a breast man. He's a leg and thigh man.
Yeah,
Like,
he's-
bring me that dark meat.
He's like, it's looking a little thick over there.
Crispo
shakes.
is absolutely insane tonight with this. Let's see. I love these names of people he's gifted. Thank you, Two Sky Gaming, for being here. Mega69, thank you for being here. One of our Crew 2 people. BJS Benoit, thank you. KFS Phantom, thank you for being here. And of course, my favorite new Twitch name. Thank you so much for being here. Literally, their name is PSSHHHHH. Their name is Psh. Love it. Thank you so much. Good luck next Friday. Let's see. Also flats. Gary, what are you doing? Okay, Uncle Dubsky. Are you wearing the shirt supporting all those stranded British tourists as Thomas Cook has just gone bankrupt? Thomas Cook is bankrupt? I don't know. They were a shirt sponsor for Manchester City like 2008. 2008. This is an old trainer. This isn't even a soccer shirt. This is what the team trains in. If you were on the team 11 years ago. I didn't know Thomas Cook went out of it. They were a travel agency in England. You know, don't book it, cook it, or something. It was,
Obviously, it didn't work, so whatever it was.
dude. I feel bad. There's some teams like West Ham United in like 2004 had this sponsor. It was XL.com, which was another travel site that went out of business right before this year began. So if you bought a shirt before the season started, it's at XL.com on the front. If you bought it after the season started, there was nothing on the front because their sponsor went.
Wow.
There was a Scottish team called it's the Hearts of Midlothian. They're just called Hearts for short, but they're in the Scottish Premier League. And one year their sponsor was Ukio Bankas, which was a Eastern European bank that got caught laundering money for the Russian mob. So yeah, you might have a 2005 Hearts shirt from Scotland that doesn't have a sponsor on the front either. But I have one with the sponsor because mine's valuable. Let's see. Yaman there, Gonzo. If any play the EU. Wait, Crispo, quit drinking. Can't read what you're writing. I responded to a lot of things you all say verbally with a quick chat post, so I understand your confusion. Thank you, Uncle Gary. I still don't know why you want Oscar to take his pants off. Neither does he. Man City, when they were shy, was sponsored by Win-A-Lot dog food. No, back when we were crap, we were sponsored by Philips and Brothers Typewriters. I know my history. What kind of things would you like to? Would you ever consider, because you are so multi-talented, would you mentor people? Or are you there yet? You still want to do for you? Or we were talking before the show about we're all climbing the mountain.
Right.
It's easier to help people. And you said you like team building. Do you like? Are you to the point where you want to show people your tricks yet, or you're like, I'm gonna hold on to these a little bit longer before I share some of my best tricks?
I would love to be I would love to have a mentor.
Okay.
That would be amazing.
In comedy or music?
In everything. In every, I think the best way to progress in life is to have somebody.
Do you trace at all?
Trace.
Do you know what tracing is? It's where, like, comics don't steal jokes from each other. It's taboo. You don't do that. But when you first get started in comedy, it's called tracing. You find someone whose comedy you like, or you like their audience, their style, their pace, their rhythm on stage, and you kind of mimic that. Not their jokes, but you trace yourself kind of. Is there a comedian out there that you're like, I like his style, I like his pace, I like his rhythm?
Locally or just
at all? Yeah, television. Big time. You got any heroes?
I don't.
You're your own hero? Your mom sounds amazing, dude. Raising 2 boys in Compton?
Oh, yeah. She finally
Young
got
mother?
us out.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, Dad wasn't there. So.
Is she out here with you?
Yeah, she's the reason we moved here. She bought a house. She wanted to get away from the gangs and
save some money because, like...
Oh, yeah. Like, literally half of a 1-bedroom, 1 apartment, a bathroom apartment was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house here.
Yes.
Like, it was insane.
See, I've got friends in Jersey, and I was like, yeah, I just bought a house. We bought this house like 15 years ago. I was like, man, I just got a house. It's so good. It's like I've got 1,700 above ground. I've got 500 in the basement, another 400 in a garage apartment behind there. He's like, how much you pay? I was like, 80 grand. He's like, what? That's $350,000 in New Jersey.
At least.
Yeah. So I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, dude, we're paying $8 for cigarettes out here. I was like, for another $2, you could smoke crack. What's wrong with you people? You know what I mean? But at the time, cigarettes here were like $5-6. I was like, they're never going to be that high.
No, they are not.
And when I quit in January, $8.
Yeah. And
then I started smoking crack because it was cheap.
It's when cigarettes hit $10 for a pack. I know crack is the answer.
Yeah. Let's me off a piece of that soap.
So my cousins had it right this entire time.
Yeah.
Should have been paying attention to them.
It's like all those people that get put on pain meds and then they, the doctor weans them off. It's like, well, they can't afford pain meds anymore, so they just do heroin. It's cheaper.
Yeah. That's true.
Let's see. Wow, Vanilla is the game to play at the moment. Vanilla? I don't know that game. Because it worked for the sunglasses, Tim. Gary, you're throwing stuff at me. Okay, Uncle Gary, what are you drinking tonight? That's for Gary. That's not bad. Drunk World of Warcraft. Those were the days. Did you ever get into WoW?
I got into RuneScape.
Did you lose time over it? Because WoW, really...
Well, that's the reason I didn't want to start, because I had friends that were super deep into WoW. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I was having band practice that, like...
Have you ever seen a group of people that would, like, lose their jobs and their marriages just to stay home and play a video game? I've never seen that until WoW.
I'm not going to say that I haven't passed or didn't pass a test before because of League of Legends.
Right.
But a
couple of sleepless nights, but I'm talking about you let your life leave you so you can play a video. I've never seen that until World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was scared. I was scared like you. Like,
yeah.
Hey man, you want to play WoW? And it was like, you look like you suck dick for crack. No.
Yeah.
No. You look desperate for me to play. I'm not going to.
Yeah. Play. It's like one of those. It's like an invitation, right? Like if someone wants you to get addicted to cocaine, they're going to give you cocaine for free first.
Yes.
And then they got you in, and then now you're in there. And I felt like that's what WoW was. It's internet cocaine.
Bad advice, Dubsky. Don't smoke, kids. Crack is cheaper. Well, we're not really on the... this isn't the role model channel. You might want to look at that. Let's see. EverQuest was another MMO time vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. I forgot about EverQuest. Guyver says it's roughly $1 a cig in England.
Wow.
That's $20 a pack.
Yikes.
And you can't smoke them anywhere. They've got smoking bans everywhere in England. Like, we're going to charge you $20, and you can't use them. You're going to have to find a dark hole where nobody ever sees you.
Yeah, and hang out there.
Yeah.
hang out with the crackheads. You know, they have
Uh,
better seating.
World of Warcraft vanilla, not even. Okay, EverQuest, another Time Vampire. Have you ever seen the community in World of Warcraft? I feel like I'm promoting cocaine. Gamma Ray IPA from Renaissance Brewing Company. Gamma Ray IPA from Renaissance Brewing Company.
Yeah, that's a nice beer from the Insult Attack is there.
Gary, are you at Renaissance right now? Oh well, I'll see you at Heirloom, bro. That's where he's going after
Yeah,
the
we're
show.
going
We're
after.
gonna go to the Heirloom show, so we'll catch up with you there, Gary, if that's what's up.
I'll be on again at the Insult Attack. This time I'm 3-0-1.
Do you find, because I've asked this of comedians on here, do you think roast comics are a different genre than stand-up comedy?
Yes.
Because there are some guys that just show up to roast that don't do stand-up.
Right.
I mean, they're just mean or something. I don't know. I can talk crap.
Yeah. I like it because it's like chiseling it's sharpening your wit and your ability to come up with something and make it funny.
When you do roast battle, do you prep? Do you know who you're going to face? Do you already write jokes, or do you just go in there, look them up and down, and go, I got this guy?
No, I do prep. I always make sure to prep. I think
Yeah.
preparation is very important. But I literally do it 2 hours before the show. So as much preparation as that can give you.
You guys, that's a callback. Earlier, I asked him, does he actually set time aside to write? And he said, yes, 2 hours before the show. It's kind of like, when do I watch Amaranth stream doing her ASMR? 8 minutes before bedtime.
Yeah.
That's when I watch her. And then I sleep like a baby. Bugger. Let's see. Do you, I'm pushing it straight to food. I don't care what you people want. It's food porn time. You an adventurous eater?
A what?
An adventurous eater?
Yes.
Do you like like spice from a lot of different cultures? Or do you like spice at all?
I love spice.
Okay, so India. You like India powers? Some Thai?
I love Thai food.
Okay.
Curries are really good. I'm Mexican, so we use a variety of different peppers. I grow habaneros.
You have a little garden.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Mostly just peppers, though. I have jalapenos, cayenne, golden cayennes, and habaneros.
So like 2 for flavor, 1 for heat.
Essentially, yeah.
you make you is that your go-to on most things you make?
Yeah, I like sweet and spicy, so like peach mango habanero, or
Right.
like mixing different fruits with the peppers.
Do you like
Salsas.
Do you do spicy chocolate? Like that's kind of a thing right now. Is like when they cayenne in chocolate, or they spice it up a bit.
I don't like chocolate as much.
you a sweets guy?
I'm a sweets guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a chocoholic though, but you
I
see
mean-
me with the sugar spoon sitting there
Yeah.
shaking like I gotta have some sugar in my coffee, man. Speaking of cocaine,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's what that is.
let me ask you this: 2-part question. Part number 1: you're making something for you, or you're buying food for just you. How do you treat yourself, and then what do you cook, or where do you take someone that you're trying to impress? Like, how do you treat you? How do you treat other people? Like, is it the same, or
Yeah,
is it?
it is, because I'm trying to impress somebody, and if it's something that I want to do, I kind of want to
cook for them,
impress
or you take them
myself.
somewhere.
I would love to do both, but if it was the first time,
Yeah. You're trying to impress.
First time, we would. Oh no! First time, I would love to cook. And then
What do you
then
make?
play.
What's your alluring?
I'm gonna say shrimp ceviche, so hopefully they're not allergic to seafood.
There you go. Peaches. Let's see. Gun to your head. Favorite pizza toppings? Go.
Oh, I already have the perfect pizza. It's barbecue sauce,
Really?
chicken, and bacon.
Barbecue sauce on pizza?
Barbecue sauce, chicken, bacon is the best pizza out there.
All right. If you guys were worried that he hasn't acclimated to Oklahoma, it's official. He's a damn Okie now. Barbecue sauce on a pizza.
It's
I hope none of your
so
family in
good.
California is watching this. No, Oscar, no. Don't say barbecue. Oh, no. He said barbecue sauce on his pizza.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's amazing.
Do you do the local barbecue sauce thing where it's like not very hot, mostly sweet, a lot of ketchup?
And I like the Fair because they have like some of the best barbecue sauces.
You been out there yet?
Not yet.
Not
No.
this year?
Mm-mm. I usually don't like going to the fair unless it's to buy something.
You don't like walking down the Midway and having like 14,000 carnies yelling at you?
No.
Hey, buddy, come here.
This is I love Oklahoma, but I've seen one too many Confederate flags in an area. I'm just like, you know what? This probably isn't the place for me to hang out. The fair and bike shops. I know.
Motorcycle. Well, I mean, if you're at the crotch rocket place, I wouldn't go to a Harley shop. But I wouldn't go in a Harley shop. I'm actually I'm like a little bit of Hebrew, English, Cherokee Indian, and I'm still too dark for most people around here. We're not sure about him.
Yeah, just a little like
he doesn't look like he's any particular race, but he doesn't look like a color I can trust.
Racially androgynous.
I'm ambiguous. I'm racially ambiguous. Honestly, like I'm a mutt. Like people are like, I thought he was from the Mediterranean. It's like probably.
Yeah.
I probably got some from there. The thing I can honestly guarantee you more than anything is I've got Genghis Khan blood. Because we all do. Yeah. Because Genghis Khan was the rapiest fucker in history.
Oh my gosh.
So we all have Genghis Khan in us.
There was a really good show Netflix did.
And they approve of the chicken and bacon.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
I'm telling you.
And that's British people talking about pizza.
That is the stuff.
You guys get your own food. Tell us about meat pies.
I was like, meat pies? That's a weird way to say
that top is a bit out of date, Dubsky. Thomas Cook just went tits up. Somebody's already told me that. Thank you. It was out of date 10 years ago. Let's see. Trying to make upward pointing arrows. Haggis. Just one word, haggis. There wasn't a question mark after haggis, so unless it's in the form of the question, I can't ask them.
It's just a statement.
Haggis. Sheep's bladder. I can do it too. Do you guys do traditional spreads at holidays?
So
or is that more of an Okie thing? When you came here, it's like everybody has turkey or dressing or mashed potatoes and gravy. Or is that kind of how everybody does Thanksgiving?
No. So our Thanksgiving is very interesting because we don't have a lot of family here. So we actually have Thanksgiving with other
families.
Other families.
Yeah.
Who are really close family friends to my parents. But they have your traditional turkey and your American style foods. But then you also have your tamales, your pozole, and your other Mexican dishes that that the grandmas are making.
Right.
So it's like I love holidays because we get both.
Oh, nice.
But we still get the turkey and all of the stuff that comes with that. But then we also get the hangover Mexican food, which is the pozole and the menudo and the.
I'm about to get real envious of you if you answer this question correctly. Homemade tamales.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Shredded beef.
Like,
with the shredded beef tamales.
Oh, they'll do carnitas. They'll do beef. They'll even do like I don't know if you've had a sweet one like raisins and.
There used to be this place out on North Peoria, and it was called Las Palomas Tamales, and that's all they did there. Just tamale shop.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man, just go in there and get a dozen.
There's an art to making that stuff. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna make tamales today.
You got to soak your corn husks. You have to do some un-PC things. You have to go get a tub of lard.
Yeah.
You cannot use it. You have to get some masa, some lard. You have to use real lard though. This Crisco, no, it's not gonna be a good tamale. You have to have real lard. And we like to stew our meat. We like to really flavor it up, shred it, have like strips of.
Yeah,
that's the kind of stuff we do.
It's so good.
Yes,
I love it.
Tamales are okay. I can only eat like 2 dozen at a time. Like please stop. There's only one thing that I can't stop myself on more, and that's the St. Patty's Day. Fazler Hall downtown does a corned beef hot dog, where they take corned beef and they stuff it in a hot dog casing, and then they put it on a bun, and instead of like covering it with sauerkraut, they cover it with grilled dill pickle and onion. I can only eat about 6 of those.
Wow.
Before I have to go back for more. Because I cannot stop, man. They are so good. This is the food porn section. You guys hit it just right. If you're just joining the show right now, you're not late. You're right on time.
Yeah.
You mentioned British food. Have you ever eaten haggis or black pudding?
No. I don't even know what haggis is.
It's basically meat stuffed in a sheep's bladder and boiled. And steamed. I'm sorry, steamed.
Sheep's bladder.
Yeah.
Interesting. Flavorful?
It does have a flavor. You'll never forget it. You just missed the Scottish Festival. It was a couple weeks back. The
Black pudding.
black pudding. And they also do blood sausage and some other things. There's a few things from the British Isles. I don't know, man. You might have to blindfold. I'll try it blindfolded if I have to look at it. Weird question. Do you like celery?
I do. I love celery, actually.
In everything. I love celery.
I put it in salads. I'll even just, take it off the stalk and dip it in some peanut butter, man.
Mojo, do you make the tamales with the cheese and peppers? Also, the sweet tamales are amazing. Yes.
I mean, it's them, so it depends.
Do you find yourself? Does your mom? Is she the lady that stands in the kitchen even when
no.
She's not?
No.
Okay.
She doesn't cook.
Oh, at all?
She does, but she's like my stepdad does more cooking than she does.
Do you like hang out when whoever's in the kitchen when stuff's being made? You like hang out like, hey, what you got going on there? Do you watch them? Or?
They don't like you being in the kitchen.
What?
Yeah.
It's family. I'm not stealing recipes. It's family.
No, like you're in the way.
Oh. Oh, I totally get that.
Yeah, they're like get out of here.
Yeah.
They're like, or why are you asking me questions right now? And I'm like, oh. I was asking if you wanted a beer. They're like, yes, but get out of here.
When you cook, are you more of a measure it out, or are you a pinch of this, dash of that?
Pinch of this, dash of that.
Measure the taste.
Yeah. When it comes to the spices, yes. But now if it comes to like something like a cake or something, yeah, I'm gonna follow it.
Did you grow up on traditional Mexican food?
Yeah.
Like a lot of like beans and potatoes rather than meat and cheese.
A lot of beans and rice.
Yeah, eggs.
A
a lot of filler instead of
tortillas, beans, eggs, rice.
There was a taco shack in Ventura last time I was out there, and this guy had like a seafood soup.
Ooh, that
and it was
sounds pretty
basically a clamshell was in the bottom of the bowl, and it was just like little bits of octopus or squid or fish or shrimp.
That sounds delicious.
You do that kind of stuff?
Oh, I'm totally down. I love seafood.
Yes.
Like I, for the first time, got to. I don't know if you guys know how to like cook a eel, but
no.
I love sushi, so I had to first find a store here that had
eel?
whole eel. So I found a store.
White River Fish Market?
It was the Asian market on 31st.
Okay.
And so found it, thawed it. So you have to cut around its head to peel the skin off.
Right, it's real slimy, right?
Yeah. And then you make an incision underneath, and then you make an incision along the vertebrae, because it's one long vertebrae.
Right.
And then you kind of fillet it off of the vertebrae. You don't get a lot, and I can see why they charge more for those eel rolls. But
like, where's the meat at?
It's once you take the skin off, all of that's
it's edible.
Yeah, minus the
flavor.
It's so good.
Sweet, salty,
sweet,
or does it just pick up whatever you season it with? Is it
you
a
don't
carrier, or
even
does
have
it
to
does it have a distinct flavor?
Yes, yes.
Huh.
It's got its own. It tastes amazing. It's like maybe like a honey, caramelized honey chicken, maybe.
Sounds all right.
Yeah, it's super good.
Where is a great place to eat in Tulsa? What is good to you? Thank you for the question, Mojo.
Great place to eat in Tulsa. I don't eat out often because I cook.
Totally good.
But if I did, there was this place called Helen of Troy. I don't know if they're still open.
Greek food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You a Euro guy?
Mediterranean. Yes, I love Mediterranean.
Did you go to Jim's Coney
food.
Island?
I have not.
Dude. Okay. I went on a 3-week. A few years back, I got up to about 240, and my fight weight's like 185.
Yeah, I feel
So I did drastic measures to stay healthy and drop weight really quick, right? And at the end of that 3 weeks of this modified diet, I was like, I'm going to treat myself with the gyms. Because you can have a gyro from anywhere in town, and they taste dry.
Mm-hmm.
But you go to Jim's, he has a mop sauce. So you put, first of all, you know the rule about never eat at a Mexican restaurant where Mexicans don't eat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, first time I'm at Jim's Coney Island, little lady in front of me, she's Greek, and she's like, I want gyro on pita. And I was like, I'll have what she's having. You know what I mean? This is the spot. Little Greek lady eats here,
Yeah.
I'm eating here.
Yeah.
And the gyro, like, they grill the pita first. And then they put the meat on, and they used to be the old school place that had the spit that they would marinate the meat and stack themselves. It wasn't like that pressed cone of meat.
Yeah.
Like, and they shave it off and they put the meat down and the lettuce and there's that tzatziki sauce and a little bit of red onion and all that. And then they have what they call a mop sauce, and it's the drippings from the bottom of that meat roaster.
Yeah.
And they sprinkle that on everything,
Oh, wow.
and then they hand it to you.
That's
and
gotta
it's
be so
juicy
flavorful.
and it's
Yeah.
oh, dude.
So if I was gonna say to answer that, I'm gonna go with I love Memories of Japan out in Broken Arrow. It's a little sushi place.
Okay.
For Mexican, I think El Centenario or La Flama.
You go to
there's
Rio,
one-
Rio Verde?
I haven't been there.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
let's see. Welcome to Chili's.
He is not on this show doing a chili. No.
Yeah, let's open up this pit, guys. It's gonna be my best show ever.
And to the attorneys for Chili's, we're sorry.
Yeah.
We're sorry for associating you with us. We know what your problem with that is.
It's like your dollar margaritas and Long Island iced teas, man.
Black pudding is a type of blood sausage originating in the United Kingdom and Ireland. It is made from pork blood with pork fat and beef suet and a cereal, usually oatmeal, oats grown, or barley groats. And then another Brit right after that typed in the words, and that's the reason I don't eat blood sausage, black pudding.
Yes, that doesn't sound.
You haven't lived until you've eaten black pudding, says someone else, and then he returns with, eaten it, and I don't have to like it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the best way to describe something I'm never gonna eat.
Uncle Gary says Bergs. Where do you go for the Bergs? Where do you go for a burger, man?
Oh,
Tulsa has great burgers. We do. We have Claude's. We have Bill's Jumbo. We've got Hank's over on Admiral. Like, we do have some really good 1950 style hamburger joints here.
Yeah, I haven't ventured very far with the burgers, but I like McNelly's. Their burger night, pretty simple stuff. Just get in there,
I
$4.
don't think I've ever eaten there.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, I went there to get hammered like a lot, but I don't think I've ever went there for the food.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They got a hell of a lot of beer taps, and I
Oh,
never
yeah.
get through all the beer taps and
Oh,
go,
they have
now I'm
hundreds.
hungry.
Yeah, dude, that's true.
I think I'll just try another beer. I'm already down. Let's see. Whataburger. Whataburger's good, man. They're just not doing it anymore as well. Let's see. Tulsa has great burgers, but Jim's Coney Island Never on Sundays has the best gyro. Thank you, Uncle Gary. That is the name of the place. Jim's Never on Sunday. Guess what day they're not open? It used to be called Jim's Cash Only Never on Sundays. Guess what they wouldn't take at the register, and guess what day they weren't open?
Yeah.
Just put it in the title of the place.
It makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
You don't have to, like, cash only, never on Sundays. You got it.
Let's see. Memories of Japan, pretty good. Okay, thank you, Mojo. I didn't know that place existed. Welcome, Whataburger. Okay, give me a mailing address and I'll send you some haggis and black pudding as long as you eat it live on stream. You know, actually, there's a market here where I could get the haggis and black pudding. I'm just not gonna do it. Let's see. You know, it's almost... Okay, here's the thing. If you note something isn't going to agree with you, you know you're not into it. Why? Why force yourself? Hey, guess what? I dare you to slice that little piece of skin between your fingers and pour Tabasco sauce on it. Why? Well, because you won't like it. Well, it's the same thing with haggis. I know I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to spend money on something I'm not going to like.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem right. Pussy. Side's been warned. Next time you throw a pitch at the batter, you're out of here. Got it? We're warning both sides. Call me a pussy on my own show. Okay. I think that's pretty much. They're all talking to each other. Nobody's asking questions. You guys have any more questions for Oscar? Anything?
Anything.
What do you got coming up, man? How can people see your music, see your comedy? How can people? Is your Facebook page your personal page, or do you have one for your?
Yeah, it's my personal page. All my social medias are the Oscar Manuel.
Okay.
The best way to follow is going to be Facebook for right now. I've had that for the longest. I know how to work that a little more.
Everybody's got Facebook for a while.
Yeah, and everybody's got a Facebook.
Right.
But yeah, that's the Oscar Manuel. You can type in Oscar Manuel Tulsa if you want to find me. But upcoming shows this Sunday, Talk Show Incorporated, Real Roast of Titanic. I'll be playing Cal, so that is going to be cool.
That's Sunday night, Nightingale Theater, 8 p.m.
$5, but BYOB, so that's going to be a ton of fun. Then we have October 4th, Insult Attack at the Renaissance Brewery, or October 3rd. October 4th, I'll be at Rabbit Hole for T-Town Presents a Hip Hop and Comedy Show. I'll be doing that with Evan Hughes and a few cool people. Then Looney Bin, October 9th. Then October 18th, that's going to be an Addicts show. And with Nicolo Burkitt's band, A New Life. So if you're in that, if you want to see comedians play music.
Nick and Keenan's been on this show. Nick's been on here a couple of times.
Yeah, they're super awesome dudes. Make some really fun music.
Me and Nick go back, he's one of the first people I met in the scene. We were both doing just horrifically dark comedy at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We actually did. Billy Bazaar had a series of shows called That's Just Wrong, and everybody on that show was groaners.
Yeah.
It was and I'm not saying my comedy's dark. I was on 5 of those 6 shows, and I hosted 4 of them. And Nick was on every one of them with me, and the one I missed.
Yeah, Nick is so funny. He's so awesome. And then Things with Cliff Diver, November 16th. EP release shows here. $10 tickets. You can get them from me or online, or any of the guys in the band. And then the tour, that's going to begin the tour. So we'll be back Thanksgiving. And that's it for right now. I'm going to keep adding more stuff as...
Yeah, he does. You add him on Facebook, you'll see how much he adds. It's daily.
Yeah, just,
grinding, man.
Yeah, and if you need somebody on the stage, let me know what you want, and I'll make it happen.
This is how we wrap this up. I used to be on a show called The News Junkie, and it was a kind of a comedy news show where we had a host and then 6 comedians would make jokes about the news.
Okay.
And we would bring up someone from the audience every night, come on stage, and it gave us comedians a chance to riff and get the audience involved. So all of us would take a turn. We'd have to guess the person's name, where they were from, and a secret that nobody knew about them. A little improv game.
Okay.
This is how it pertains to this show. You see yourself for the first time today, maybe across the street. What do you think that guy's name is? Just look at it. What do you think that guy is?
I looked at myself.
Well,
I'm looking right now?
Sure. What do you think that guy's name is?
Name is definitely Charles.
Charles.
Yeah.
Awesome. Because last night we had Chuck in the chair. Where do you think Charles is from? That Cliff Diver shirt and that pink hat.
Oh, yeah. He's from Bad Places is where he's from. No.
Okay. Charles from Bad Places. Okay. This is a question that gets them all. What is a secret that no one knows about Charles from Bad Places?
He's got cancer.
Oh my God!
And he hasn't told anybody, so he's been living with it for a while.
That's the first angle. Anybody's tried that angle. Like everybody else is like, oh, he hits puppies, or he has sex with kids, or everybody went for like this wild, and you're like, oh, poor guy, he's got cancer. I can tell.
Yeah.
That hat, and those bangs are covering up his chemo bald head.
Exactly. Like this is actually a wig.
Jesus. People are like, oh, Charles, no. Why would you tell that? Guyver says colon cancer at a guess.
Wow.
I kind of know the direction that joke's going. Yeah. I just want to be sure you're taking it that direction. I was like, are you saying this guy's an ass? Let's see. On Public Access Live, Charles tried keeping this secret. He is so brave. Thank you guys so much. Mojo, Crispo, Guyver, Wasteland Warrior, Uncle Gary. Thank you guys so much for being here, being part of it. We're not coming back after the interview. This is it for the night because actually we're heading to the same place. We're heading to Heirloom Ales to hear Peter Bedgood, favorite of the show, Nick Burkett, favorite of the show, and Evan Hughes has been on the show. We're going to go see them perform live. We'll be back on Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time, midnight in the UK, 11 a.m. Auckland, New Zealand time. Thank you guys so much for being here. I got to stare at the camera now so I know when to edit this. Click. You guys have a good weekend. We'll see you back here Monday. Peace.
Peace.